Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon, and welcome to Lead Talk. That's right, this is a Lead Talk. It's built upon the idea that before you lead, you have to be led. And I've contended for years that the greatest leaders, before they can be great leaders, have to be great followers. It works in church ministry, it works in businesses. The greatest leaders have to understand what it means to be a follower first. And so what I want to do over the next couple of minutes is share with you an idea or two about leadership, about how you lead and maybe even how you follow. Leadership is less about the title you have and really is more about the lives that you touch. I think that sometimes there are leaders who really are on a quest for titles. And while it might sound impressive and it might make you feel good about yourself, at the end of the day, leadership is about changing lives and touching lives and making people around you successful. And there are a lot of leaders with a lot of big titles that never seem to pull that off. And so as a leader, strive to remember the people that you're trying to lead and where you're trying to take them. Because leadership is not about being in charge. It's about being someone worth following. And so a lot of times for leaders, they bog down because they get the title, but they're not really worth following. And as a result, they get that respect and they get that stuff that they need to kind of get everybody through, but they never really engage the people that they're leading because you're just not worth following. And as a leader, that's on you. And so you have to remember the people that you're leading. You have to remember who they are and where they come from. You have to remember what it takes to be them. And you have to think about what you're doing and how do you mobilize them in such a way to make them successful. See, because leaders, for the most part, tend to go in the direction of the people they surround themselves with. And so as a leader, it's something that we have to strive to do. We have to try to surround ourselves with people who will encourage us, but at the same time, stretch us and challenge us and make us better. And for a leader, that means that you have to adopt an attitude of being a lifelong learner and constantly learning. Because at the end of the day, in order to be exceptional as a leader, you have to be the exception. Because the reality is, leaders with titles are a dime a dozen, but they're not worth a nickel. But great leaders are worth the weight in gold. And great leaders are people who are worth following because they know what it's like to follow. Because before they lead, they have to be led. Remember that today as you strive to be the best leader possible. Remember to do that if you're going to be the leader that God has called you and created you to be. Be a great follower of Jesus so that you can lead strongly. And if you do, you're going to discover that the journey is worth it and the people around you will be inspired. And you might actually change the world. You never know.